Judging by the tone of Varden's voice, it felt like he was going to snap at any second, and Layla was prepared for it. She kept her senses on high alert, ready to use her ability any second now. Even Quinn was unsure about what Varden was about to do. "Varden, is what Layla said true? Did you attack her?" Quinn asked in a soft voice, hoping to defuse the situation. After hearing Quinn, Varden stopped shaking and lifted his head up. I'm sorry about attacking you. When I saw Quinn's blood, I thought that maybe the attacker had come back to get revenge. I thought you might have come in to attack me and Peter as well," Varden explained. "I don't know if you know this, but Peter is only a level 1, and even though my indicator says I'm a level 5, I have to touch people to use my abilities. When you came through the door, I had no choice but to act first." "How can we even believe you?" Layla said, still annoyed by the whole thing. It was clear to her that Varden was unstable. It was as if his mood and mind were changing all the time. Just seconds ago, she felt like Varden was going to attack her again, and all of a sudden he's calm. Layla wasn't buying it. However, even Quinn felt like Varden was acting strange. It seemed like Varden was always trying to hide something. When Varden was asked about what happened between him and the second years, and even now with what had happened between him and Layla. "I'll just leave you be for now," Varden said. "I'm sorry about what happened. Quinn, if you need anything, just let me know." He then got out from his seat and left the two of them alone. "Do you see what I mean?" Layla said. "The man is unstable. I understand he might have protected you a few times, and he hasn't hurt you yet, but someone like him can hurt you at any time." Quinn knew what Layla was saying was right. This wasn't the first time Quinn had seen Varden lash out, and it didn't seem like it would be the last either. But for some reason, Quinn was unafraid of Varden like the others. All the acts of aggression that Quinn felt, it never felt like it was aimed towards him. In the hallway, while Varden was heading to his elemental combat class, he decided to quickly step into an empty classroom on the way. He leaned up against the wall and took a deep breath. As he looked at his hand, blood could be seen. Varden had clenched his fist so hard that his own fingernails had pierced his palm. "Why did you get in my way? We could have taught that girl a lesson." "What did I tell you? It's because of you we're in this mess in the first place. You attacked her. It's our fault to begin with." "Fine, but you understand that if you keep suppressing us, the little one's anger will only build up. The more he thinks Quinn is trying to get away, the angrier he will be, and then when he takes over, there's nothing me and you can do. I won't let it get to that point. I'm sorry, Quinn, for getting you involved in this, but you were just unlucky the little one chose you." With breakfast over and done with, it was time for Layla and Quinn to head to their beast weapons class. When they entered the room, Faye, Brandon, and Loop were nowhere to be seen. Of course, Faye and Brandon were banned from the class, and Loop had decided to make a transfer to another combat class. Loop just wanted to be as far away from Quinn as possible. Leo stood at the front of the class and was prepared to give out his instructions for today's class. "Now, for today's lesson, it will be individual practice. You have fought for the last couple of days with your weapon. Now you must learn how to get the hang of it, how to make it a part of you. Maybe come up with unique ideas to combine the use of your ability with the weapon. Then tomorrow you shall put today's hard work into practice." With that, everyone went into a separate space with their weapon. A few of the students sat down and started to think about how they could use their ability with their weapon. One student covered their whip in flames, making a fire whip. Another held a shield and managed to alter its shape to form spikes. While Quinn had no clue what to do. His only skill was easy to use, and there wasn't much to do with it other than swing his hand. But what Quinn wanted to do more than anything was learn how to fight. "I wish there was someone who could teach me how to use these things," Quinn said as he sighed. "Request of combat lesson activated. A suitable weapon is currently in use. Hand-to-hand combat level 1 will now be shown." Just then, as Quinn said those words, he seemed to have activated something within the system. In front of his eyes, a video started to play. Quinn quickly looked around him to see if anyone else could see what he was seeing, but he seemed to be the only one. In the video stood a single, tall, long-haired blonde man in a large empty room. On his both of hands, he wore 2 gauntlets similar to Quinn's, but looked a lot more powerful, and his beauty was unmatched, something Quinn had never said about a boy before. There was one other thing that Quinn noticed, and it was his piercing red eyes. "Hello, and welcome to hand-to-hand combat classes for beginners," the blond man said in a cheery voice. I don't know how much time has passed, but if you have come across this video, that means you're one of us, and I hope that this information that is being provided isn't useless in your day and age." The appearance of the man and the man's words made Quinn think about who exactly the man was in the video, and he had good reason to believe that he was a vampire. As Quinn diligently watched the blonde man in the video, he noticed several things that he read about in fantasy novels that all pointed to the tall man being a vampire. The ghastly pale skin, the beautiful looks, and finally, the red eyes. Not only that, but the man in the video also stated that Quinn was one of them. If Quinn was trying to understand the meaning behind his words, the man was stating that he was a vampire, although there was also some other strange wording the man had said as well. The fact that he didn't know how much time had passed. Did it mean the video was made a long time ago? Was the man in the video even still alive? For now, Quinn had to put all of the questions he had to the side, as there was nothing he could do to confirm it. The video continued to play, and the tall blonde man started to speak again. "To whomever this video happens to be shown to, I will now demonstrate a set of skills that you should be able to perform at your level. Our kind and/or abilities work best when we use a weapon that covers our hands." The man then proceeded to get into a fighting stance. "I will cover 2 sets of basic moves, and it's up to you to learn them and figure out how to use them in fights. If you forget, feel free to open up your system at any time and watch the videos again. The first move is a defensive move. I call it Flash Step. To perform this, if the system has been set up correctly, you will need at least 15 points of agility." The man then proceeded to perform the Flash Step. He crouched down and moved to another corner of the room in an instant. At the same time, an after image of him was being shown. Now this skill uses up a lot of stamina, so even if you have enough agility points to perform this skill, be careful not to wear yourself out. I would only use it when avoiding a fatal blow or going in for an attack. Please also make note that although the move is fast and hard to be seen by the naked eye, at most it can only move you at the distance of 5 meters. Looking at the move, Quinn straightaway realized how handy it would be to have something like this. In his last fight against Loop, he could have avoided several blows at the last second. The only thing was, it was a shame that Quinn currently didn't have enough agility points to practice the move. The next skill I will show you is the Hammer Strike. Once again, the man got in a fighting stance. This time he lifted his right foot and slammed it onto the ground, while at the same time he pulled back his left hand and threw out his right hand. All of this was done in one smooth motion. Just from watching the video, Quinn could see that the air had slightly moved. "Cool, right?" the man said, smiling. "For this skill, you will need at least 15 strength as well. That is all for today. When you are ready, the next set of hand-to-hand combat classes will be unlocked for you. If you want a slowed down and more detailed version of these videos, they will be saved in your system. Good luck, my friend, and I wish you all the best." After the man had finished talking, the video immediately ended. As Quinn opened up his system, there was now an extra tab that stated Tutorial, and in it were 2 videos of the skills he had just been shown. When watching the videos, it was just as the man had said. The video contained slowed-down versions of the skills the man had recently performed. There was even detailed commentary on how the skills would work and what you needed to do. Quinn couldn't help but think who this guy was. The way he spoke clearly meant he knew about the system. Did that mean he was the creator of the book Quinn's parents had left him? But it was hard for Quinn to remember meeting anyone like the man in the video. He didn't even know what his parents' faces looked like that well. Whatever it was, he was happy that the system was starting to help him out more. He felt like the system, at first, had given him a hard time, giving him quests to drink blood and drawbacks such as halving his stats while in the sun. But now, Quinn was starting to feel happy that he had discovered the system more than ever. Quinn immediately started to watch the Hammer Strike video. As long as he wore the gauntlets, he technically had more than 15 strength. He wasn't sure if that counted, but there was no harm in trying. But as Quinn was watching the video, Leo had come up and approached him. "Quinn, I'm afraid I have some bad news," Leo said. That's when Quinn also noticed 2 military men were standing behind. "I'm afraid you will have to follow these men. They have a few questions they would like to ask you. Don't worry, I will be coming too." With that, one guard held Quinn while the other held Leo. "Hey, what's going on over there?" the student said, noticing the commotion. "Is he being taken somewhere?" "Students, we shall be back in a while," said Leo. Please continue to watch, and if I spot any of you slacking or breaking the rules, you know the consequences." A few moments later, and the two of them were teleported into a small square room. There were no windows and a few lights above them. Inside the room was a single table, with a hooded female sat on one side and an empty chair on the other. Standing behind the female was a man who had the rank of general on his clothing. "Please sit," the general said. Quinn did as he was told and sat in the empty seat, but with the atmosphere in the room, he couldn't help but feel nervous. "Don't look so worried, boy. As long as you have done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about."
Subscribe to the Pocket FM Blockbuster YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notifications. Check out our channel for more exciting shows.